They out here, they got a whole knife, you know, ready to kill you, got a gun about to shoot you, and you're like, you and me, out.
Not in swimming.
Not in swimming, you say? Seems like we have something in common.
Be grateful for all this clamor. That is the sound of thoughts clashing.
Shut up, you ain't even here anymore. You a whole walking corpse. Insanity that he wants to talk to me like that. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jerada, and I'm back for some more Honkai Star Rail, where peak Amphoreus is taking place. We have lost Anaxa, but he discovered his, final theory that he wanted to figure out. So, kudos to him. We lost Caenis. She's still alive, I believe, but, we lost her though, because now she's just living in Thanatos' realm, never to be seen again until maybe like later on when she becomes a Titan, or maybe not until we have to seek her guidance or help again later on if we die or something. Things have been going crazy, and we got the Jerada with Lygus, who we have now realized Lygus is probably the main antagonist of this, or one of the main antagonists of this, possibly. I'm not gonna yap too much though. I want to get straight back into this, but before that, y'all saw last video, I went ahead and wished for Finon. We went ahead and wished for Finon, and we got him. Then we went ahead and wished for Treeby, and we didn't get her. I actually misclicked too. If y'all go back and watch that video, y'all will see that I misclicked, and I accidentally wished for Finon again on that last pool. And then I got a 5-star, but ended up being Himiko anyway, so it didn't even matter. I don't know which one is better, but I do want Treeby, but I also want Finon's light cone. I'm really tempted for this, but I feel like in the long run, Treeby is going to come in clutch for a lot of team compositions later on. I was getting Finon regardless. Finon is the GOAT. Y'all saw my last video for Amphoreus' story to finish up 3.2. Finon had me going, bro, because of his speech. My man had me. I was like, I'm in your corner till the day I die now. We'll see if that stays true, throughout the rest of these updates, but we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and wish for Treeby real quick before we get started on this story again. I got 3 wishes to go right here. Probably not gonna get her unless I get super lucky. Let's go ahead and find out. First Lord. Imagine if I did get her on the first try though, that would have been insanity. I would have been in love with the game again. I would have been like, you know what? I'm willing getting to the day I die. But you know what? Nah. Pom don't want to give me a 5-star immediately. So instead we getting some 4 stars. And what 4 stars did you give me, Pinon? Pinon? I'm over here thinking I'm playing Genshin Impact. What's wrong with me? Hold up. Pom. Hurry up, give me my 4-star. Where's it at? There we go. Yukon. Give me them 20 on Dying Starlight. Yes, sir. Alright. I ain't even playing around. Second one. What we got? Nope. I'm not a lucky man today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe in 5 seconds. Maybe in 20 minutes. I don't know. What you got for me, Paimon? I keep on saying, you know what? This is a sign that I gotta go play Genshin Impact now. I just keep mixing them up. Ain't no way. The second time. 3rd time if you count in my head. All these lame 3 stars. You know what? Some of these 3 stars are actually good. I can't complain. But we got Team Yoon, more on Dying Starlight. Can I get a double? Nah, they ain't gonna give me a double. They don't like me enough for that. Alright, say less. One more. Let's see if we get her or not. Probably not, but hey, listen. I wouldn't mind a little bit of luck. Hold up. Dang, no sir. But you know what? That's 3 sets of wishes. Honestly, 3 more, and I'm feeling that I'll be able to get a 5-star. So I'm gonna keep saving up, and then next time we'll see if we can get her. But what you got for me for 4 stars? Give me 2. Come on. Just for the last one, give me 2. No? Okay, we got 1. Yukon. One more. Come on. For the road. Maybe? Nah, they ain't doing it. Yep, they don't like me enough. Of course. Alright, and that's that. Let me go ahead and do the as I've written real quick. Let me know if y'all want to keep seeing this, because this be taking a long time. But I don't know if y'all really care too much for it, but I like it though. Huh, Jerada. Why aren't you all fluffy in my dream this time? Because I'm the goat. Wait, no, goats are still fluffy though, aren't they? Good morning. Has a golden dream started to stir? Fluffy. You're awake? 1,000 years have passed. Heh. Want to see my surprised face? Jerada waited for me for 1,000 years, so I'm just really happy. Even though I'm not fully awake yet, it's rare to see you in the morning. It's not the end of the day, and it's not just a random encounter. We're going to start the whole day together. Just thinking about it makes my heart race. Good for you. I'm glad that you like me that much, Mim. Because I don't know if I reciprocate, but you know, but I appreciate the feelings, the sentiment though. Hold up. Let's write some stories real quick. What stories do we got? Oh my gosh, we're gonna be here for a minute. I know some of y'all about to skip right now. In fact, I'm gonna leave a little timestamp in the top left corner right now, showing y'all where I finished doing this, because it's gonna be a minute. Cipher, hold up. I don't think I've gotten a cipher one yet, have I? I have not. Okay, Lion Cat's Travelogue. Fleet-footed traveler, Cyphera. Is that her full name? Okay. I don't know if it's Cyphera or Cyphera.
Tells a few stories.
Do they
The
now?
first story is titled The Golden Apple.
Minecraft?
It doesn't have to go to the fairest.
Oh, okay. It goes to the what would be the opposite of fairest? The dustiest?
That city is named Paphos, where the golden light of Nestia shines.
Oh,
The
okay.
golden apple tree sits in the city's middle. Only the fairest can pluck its apples.
Why does this? Is this like the meetup between Cypher and Aglaya maybe? And are they voicing the entire thing now?
The beauty pageant begins on time.
Okay.
As the fair ones stretch their supple arms, trying to pluck the fruits above their heads. Yet every time the apple comes within reach, a breeze blows the fruit away without a trace.
That's just a sign not to go for the fruit anymore.
The audience in displeasure disbands, with only one girl left standing there, her features bland.
Oh.
Yet to her surprise she finds her arms full of golden fruits.
Oh.
A harvest grand.
Okay. She was rewarded for staying there and being patient. Alright, next one.
The second story is titled Trying to Argue? Don't trick yourself, please.
Okay.
That city is named Idylia, where Circe's roots bury deep and wide.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
sophist scholar holds a tortoise aloft, but his theories? Common sense bereft.
Ain't got none of that.
Even the best athlete could never catch up to this turtle.
None can overturn him in arguments.
Okay, buddy.
And he obtains the champion's crown in merriment.
That didn't sound like a Naxa though. Like, who was that though?
Yet, as he is about to leave, a wind blows the tortoise in front of him.
Oh.
Behold, his paradox becomes truth. To catch up to the turtle, an entire day and night he spends.
Alright. Tortoise is winning here. I mean, they always win though, the
The third
story.
story I will tell is titled A Competition in Trickery. Who do you think is the Grandmaster?
Why did I think that said grandmother?
That city is named Delos, where even Zagreus was once tricked.
Zagreus
The
getting
king
tricked?
promises to reward the perfect lie, wishing to recreate the deceit of the Titan, his grand feat.
Okay, that's kind of crazy though. The Titan of trickery, the god of trickery, got tricked. Insanity. That gotta be your new pupil, or your new the person who's gonna inherit your core from at that point. If you trick me and I'm supposed to be the god of trickery, heck no. You ain't going away. Come here, boy.
I think the world is a gourd. In truth, we are all already dead.
Don't listen to her.
Liars take their turns in the challenge, but no one pleases the king. With a gust of wind, the girl emerges before the king's face. And when she leaves, she already has the king's promised gold in a pouch.
Okay.
The others are curious as to what lie she raised.
Zagreus can only tell lies. And I am Zagreus.
Oh? Okay. She's playing a little bit of mind tricks over here.
The fourth story is called You Like Money. Good. But you must pay the price.
I like money, but I don't like spending money.
That city is called Mythimus, where the sea breeze intoxicates the people with delight. A
Mythimus.
wealthy penny pincher prays to the Titan.
Please give me the power to turn anything into gold.
Oh, I don't know if you want that power, sir. I really don't know if you want that. That might be a mistake.
With a breeze, the rock in his hand turns to gold.
Uh-oh.
But his joy is fleeting to behold. For with one embrace,
I was
his
literally
light
about to say
turns
that.
into coins, scattered on the soil.
I was literally about to say that. I was like, I don't know if you want that wish to come true, buddy, because the next thing you know, your whole family is turned into coins. Your little daughter is turned into coins. Your dog is turned into coins. You can't touch anybody anymore. Terrible wish. You gotta be careful with these wishes. It's like a genie in a bottle. You gotta make sure you're careful with that wish. You may wish for like, I wish that I had $10 million. Next thing you know, you end up in jail because they said you a thief.
He howls at Fagusa to retract the blessing, but sees a girl in a hood in passing.
Cypher.
The girl laughs hilariously, holding his hand in hers.
Go
Oh.
back and check your vault. Some gold may be missing. But your beloved is right there, waiting.
Oh, so she reversed it, or someone reversed it? I'm assuming Cypher probably, because she's supposed to be the, Chrysos heir of trickery for Zagreus.
Cypher, you took another long journey.
And we want to hear your fun stories!
Cypher, okay, got you.
The girl with the hood dangles her feet in the bath, as 2 coins dance and fly between her fingers.
Basically, I visited 4 places, tricked them to my heart's content, and came back fully rewarded.
Oh, that's crazy. So you're telling me that she tricked that dude into wishing for that, then when he wished for it, everybody turned to gold, then she restored them back to their, proper selves, but then took all his money. Insanity. She said, this is the payment right here for me helping you out.
The girl pauses her words and looks out the window, as the light above the Titan's shoulder casts her right cheek aglow.
The dawn will never cease, and the thief star wanders in foreign lands. How would you know that I am not lying right now?
You don't. You never will. I'm glad that they voiced that entire thing, though. I'm assuming all of them are going to be voiced now. If that's the case, I don't know why they didn't do that in the beginning, in all honesty. We'll see, though. We'll see. Casterus. These are ridiculously long, though. I'm not going to lie. They're cool, but they're extremely long. With a heart unwithered.
To the dead, when she bids farewell, she casts this slate into the fire, an act futile. I have never heard of lands with such customs.
Are we talking about Idonia?
At this time, something drizzles down the slate, full of colors, seemingly tears for the Reaper of Chills. It turns out the slate is inscribed with poems, and every phrase is diligently colored with skill.
Okay.
Before people pass away, I write down these poems.
That is the limit of the girl's answer, and she only responds with silence for requests to read these poems.
For requests to read them, so she won't let anybody read the poems that she's writing. How is she writing these before they pass away? She just like, oh, okay, you about to die. Hold up a second. Let me go ahead. Reaper, death. 1 second. All right, fire poem. All right, there you go. Go ahead.
As time goes by, she finally opens her petal-veiled heart, and the reason behind her reluctance to show her work is finally clear.
My poems are still too green. Not worthy to be art.
It stems from the girl's shame and discomfort.
She said this doesn't represent the deceased well enough. Okay.
It seems the girl once also loved to imagine with effort, and many wild tales were written on her part. A misunderstanding was what made her cease this art.
People misunderstood her. I don't blame
you. It was a pair of arch-enemies who gained fame in the war. One of them burst into laughter after reading the girl's poetic words.
He and I clearly wish to kill and tear each other apart. But in your eyes, you think we are close, unable to part.
That sounds like Fine On and Mighty, I'm not gonna lie.
She did not write poetry as a pastime. It is said that she left great works under hundreds of names.
Oh,
in different times, she even criticized her previous beliefs, making her identity even harder to assume.
Ooh.
I still found her weakness after many twists and turns. No matter how fickle her thoughts, she never lost faith in those words regarding the value of fragile mortal lives.
You know how she gonna be with anybody and anything to do with death and life.
She is heartbreaking and enchanting. She is the fingertips of death and the ghost of love and poetry.
It's kind of cool, actually.
However, those poems have brought her many complaints.
By
the
who?
Poems that her hands composed all lack an ending of any kind.
Oh.
And the Maid of Death has no desire to continue them.
Or maybe that leaves it ambiguous, so you can just like make up your own ending.
This is truly difficult to write.
The girl excuses herself.
My duty is to lead the living to the end. I cannot think of a fitting end for a poem to the dead.
Oh, okay, I can see that. You can write a fitting end to somebody who's alive, and then go through their life, their journey, and then die. But how are you gonna write an end for somebody who's already dead? You're writing a story about somebody who's wandering the land of the dead. How are you gonna end their story? It just keeps going on, doesn't it? Interesting. Okay.
Such is the epitome of lies. One who's grown used to death remains inexperienced with farewells.
Inexperienced with farewells.
Therefore, I extend her an invitation. In this story belonging to herself, she can leave an ending reserved only for her.
What she brings is not only death.
She thus replied when we first met. And when we meet once again for the last time, she again deliberates over this closing statement.
What she brings is not only death. That's true. Okay.
Apart from death, there is something else that is worth remembering.
What is that?
That is the journey she walked.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. I guess it makes sense though, because all she's used to is death. So she wouldn't be used to the fact that, we had a whole life to live that we can reminisce on. Very sad though, very sad. Learning all of Caster's story was just terribly sad, bro. Mightimus! Alright, what you got? What you got for me, sir? Ascension of the Lone Godslayer.
To die for glory is not eternal sleep.
This is a lie all Castrum Kremnos keeps.
The world after death is superior to reality and basks in light.
Is it though?
Such vague poems the Crown Prince would not easily believe.
Go on him.
Cowards who dare not to look death in the eye.
He declared thus on the day he returned from the stream of souls.
Longing for a martyr's heaven and reciting self-deceiving stories.
His words are sacrilege incarnate. More arrogant than his blood and family.
True warriors should treat that paradise with spite.
Yep, he had a different outlook on it. Everybody hated him for it, but listen, I mean, who has the throne in the end right now, though, huh?
Many followers thus stop, no longer following his steps. For they feel this young man's words, compared to poems, are even more absurd.
Speaking against their beliefs.
A body immortal equals not perfection. The man braved dangers endless, simply to seek his weakness.
And didn't he find it? Didn't he say like if you stab him like a certain spot in his back that he would be able to like truly die?
In his
later
days with more amateur skills, in crises where death denied him even after kills, he learned why curse is a synonym for blessing.
Oh.
For he saw that visage of terror at life's closing.
That's crazy. Curse is a synonym for blessing? I mean, depends on the context. I mean, one person's curse may be another person's blessing. Same way as one man's trash is another man's treasure. Hold up. Bars.
The man seems unmoved when this past is mentioned. Having braved death 9 times,
9.
he who was once lacking now excels above everyone else, still rising. Yet, when asked if he's still as ticklish as when he was a child, he does not answer.
It's been what, 9 decades and I'm still ticklish? Ain't no way. They start tickling me, I look like a child now?
It's a wild tale he won't care to opine. It's said that Castrum Kremnos has secrets divine, through which the king's power has passed. A one-man army, by strength in their bloodline.
Bars, okay? They over here spitting right now. But yeah, my man is a one-man army. And it's all within his bloodline too. Which is probably gonna stop at this point.
A traitor who does not inherit the throne is a king most infirm.
Here we go again with these people getting mad that we're going against their beliefs.
As the protagonist hears these words, he refutes not, but openly responds.
These are not rumors unfound. But will they matter if my deeds eclipse those of all other kings, achieving glory beyond?
Yep, exactly so.
Never turning back in war, he seizes all our glory.
That rumor in the war camp of fury often casts a shadow on the man's heart, indestructible and fiery. When campaigns become mired in terror, he sends his army to places safe and secure.
Okay.
Yet alone he goes to fight, knowing death can touch him ne'er.
Yep.
The Kremnoan detachment who follows him in livery all die in bed, devoid of glory. They have their share of grudges upon death, but the man has no regret, none necessary.
Your glory lies not in death, but in my hands.
Dang, okay. He really tried to change it. He said, nah, if you want glory, you're not gonna find it by dying. I'm not gonna congratulate you for that. But if you do something that you know seems worthy to me, hey, listen, there you go. All the glory to you right now.
The dust settles, and strife calms. A deathly quiet covers his father's realm, and the man alone returns home.
After sending all his people to stay in safety while he fights by himself on the front lines. Insane. And yeah, his father was horrible, bro. I thought his father might be having, you know, some redeeming qualities, or maybe like he had like a secret meaning or reasoning. No, he just horrible. He just threw his son to die.
A question seems to sound from shadows of the past around.
Did you already walk that flame-chasing road, O king?
Why do you sound like you being sarcastic? Hey, come here, buddy. You can catch this this immortal body. Hold up.
Atop the throne, the man mutters alone.
There's nothing else worthy of the hunt, for I am the blazing fire at the journey's end.
Ooh.
As it has been foretold, he killed the king to become a king.
Uh-huh.
And killed the god to become become a god.
So what's next?
His eternal destiny is to be crowned in blood.
So how does that work for I guess the black tide can kill him. Like imagine the black tide just, you know, wraps around everything so he can just never be reborn without touching the black tide. So I guess he would just stay dead at that point. I don't know. Alright, 2 more. We got a Galaya, and then I'm assuming that's Treeby. I can't tell for sure. Elegy of Beauty and Ugliness.
In the past, when strife swallowed the earth, and schemes disrupted the hearts of friends, the maiden who was yet a weaver was wrapped in a cocoon most grand, untouched by the storms sweeping through the land. She spent her youth in a palace of romance, surrounded by treasures, with even maids beautiful beyond
A
belief.
Palace of Romance.
Often bathing in the praise and admiration of wealthy nobles.
I'm like, so what makes it a Palace of Romance? Is it because everybody in there, like, freaky? Or is everybody in there just trying to, you know, raise each other up? Like, what's going on? Why is it a Palace of Romance? I don't know if I like that.
Till warfare set the threads aflame, and the devoutly praying priest was slaughtered before the altar.
Oh, no more romance.
The family, adored by all, perished before their courtyards, and the blood of her maidservants dyed her golden mantle red. The golden threads covering her eyes snapped, and the concealed truth finally appeared firsthand.
No longer blind.
Before a strong wind, a weak nobility cannot stand.
Oh, so that's her. Okay, that's her foundation then. She's like, I gotta be strong in order to survive anything coming at me. Okay.
In the long, endless war,
Losing her humanity
the
though.
Goldweaver family was shattered by the sword, and the
Dang.
legacy of romance became a tragedy.
So then Strife did that though?
She had a broken mansion and an empty house. The nobles who once loved her, none now willing to help her. All the romance, talent, peerage, and beauty, what use are they in a disaster?
I mean, that's true. Cause if somebody come to kill you, what you gonna do? Try to raise them up? They out here, they got a whole knife, you know, ready to kill you, got a gun, about to shoot you, and you're like, you and me, out.
As she closed her eyes in melancholy, the maidservant pushed a broken loom to her earnestly.
Miss, would you like to pick up the shuttle again and weave for me?
The young miss wanted to laugh, but she could only respond with shock.
With shock. Why?
The maid's face was now covered in scars
Oh,
as she fought to protect her mistress's safety.
so she got somebody still loyal to her. Dang.
Though I can no longer see, I still want to don the garments you weave.
Dang. Nah, that's loyalty right there.
And yet, when she heard this, the desire to weave overcame her fears.
Good on her.
Therefore, in the broken shadows of a house, the loom of romance moved once more.
See, that's all you need. One person. Listen, you don't need 2 million friends. All you need is one good, you know, never-ending friendship, and you good. And that's what she got with this maid. Hold up.
The garments were exchanged for copious gold, buying back her renown of old. Yet beside this mistress most noble, there was always a blind maid in tow, dressed in luxuries unfitting.
On fitting to her?
As the weaver
I don't know
attended
about that one.
banquets, the praises of her youth returned,
That majestic lady must be Nestia in the flesh.
but harsh words also joined.
The mistress's beauty is quite reduced by a maidservant so unsightly.
Now, why are you judging the maidservant next to her? Obviously, she got her there for a reason. See, this is what people mess up on. Like, if you know somebody is powerful and you know that they're like all that, and they got somebody that's always like right beside them at all times, don't make fun of that person. That is your #1 mistake. Next thing you know, you getting assassinated in your sleep.
The maidservant apologized in embarrassment, lowering her head.
My mistress, I have brought you shame.
Ah, don't do
Yet
that.
her mistress brought her to the middle of the ball, having her garbed in the latest dress
Yep.
as the model.
Mm-hmm.
She now knew that praises and ridicule were both untrue, and that romance cared not for beauty of the face. The golden thread of gods exists only within.
Okay, I like that.
She is no longer that helpless girl. She already carries the god's authority and walks the hero's route. But she still cannot hold back the calamity of strife. The unsightly maidservant blocked the dagger aimed at the mistress's soul.
Dang, they still trying to kill her.
Blood once again dyed red something she wove. That was the last time in her life the maid's face she clearly beheld.
Bro, the maid didn't deserve to go out like that.
When sewing the death shroud, she could not control how her fingers shook, often pricked by the needle sharp and acute. Thus that pristine white cloth, wet with tears of blood and gloom. And when the day of the funeral came, she saw the commoners' endless graves, and the nobles dressed in silk, frolicking in the groves.
Now that sucks.
And sadness overwhelmed her in droves.
Everybody out here just catching strays because of strife. I'm surprised that she and Mighty are so cool.
Is this the destiny unleashed for their act of chasing God's core flames? She kneels before the divine statues and prays to Nestia of romance to look at these garments soaked in blood from the flames of war.
Why are those that appear so fair in fact ugly in truth?
Oh.
Why do faces unsightly contain souls cut from noble cloth? Why can the blind see the light? And why do those with eyes only see night?
Dang, because it's what's within. Oh, that's kind of crazy. That's her truth that she revealed to herself after, you know, everything that she went through. She said, nah, people who are looking ugly, they actually the kindest ones. People who looking, you know, absolutely elegant, nah, they are wolf in sheep's clothing. Hold up. And then she said the blind can see the light. Reference to the maid. The maid was the one who could actually, you know, get through the dark times and help out and, you know, move forward. But everybody else didn't like that. Including strife. Hold up.
The
It's
dying
bitten.
god remains silent.
If you no longer have the power to see, then with my destiny,
She grasps the burning core flame.
I'll
Oh.
exchange for eyes that can see everything.
If you no longer have the power to see, then with my destiny, I'll exchange for eyes that can... Oh, okay, dang.
Warm liquid flows from her eyes that now see all. In that instance, she is sure that she saw the manifestation of beauty.
Ooh, I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but... You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is what she actually saw. It was the manifestation of beauty, but I don't know. You could be getting tricked by that. Alright, last one. Let's take it a minute right now. I can't actually tell who this is. Oh, that's a Naxa. There we go. Upside down. And Exagerus. Let me put respect on his name right now since he's already gone. Expose the divine.
Do not make him your enemy, even though he may seem frail and weak.
When a valiant warrior from afar assaulted the grove, he shattered their strength with only his eyes and pointing stick. He sent them running, pride cut to the quick.
He
Can't
may
handle his words.
seem cold and unkind, but he sees through human emotions with just a peek.
A student was troubled by love's trials and aches. With one sentence, he guided them away from heartbreak.
Okay.
Letting destiny's strands weave a path to love and happiness's shape.
Are we talking about the same person here? Anaxagoras? Anaxa? He helped somebody with heartbreak? What? That baffles me. Hold up.
All is science, and human wisdom knows no bounds. Both martial prowess and emotions are knowledge that can be found.
Okay.
He firmly believes that all things can be deciphered, bared to those who peek. Those that cannot be solved are not mysteries infinite, but only questions waiting to be answered, not obstacles bleak.
He said I can answer anything, it's just gonna take time. Anything that we don't know is just a question to be answered.
For those who only protect themselves, the world cannot see their intentions. In sorrowful, parting hours, the scholar refuses trifling matters. Isolated in a corner of his library, he fiddles with instruments of crafters. Colleagues suspect him of creating new blasphemies.
Of course.
While students believe him to be making new miracles of mastery.
Now, when they say students, I'm wondering if they're talking about, like, everybody that was under him who's a Christ's heir right now, like Phynon. I don't know if Mighty was there or not, but Hyacinth. I don't know. I think Tree might have been there too.
Curious ones gaze through the
Can't remember
window
right now exactly.
beholds, seeing a small wooden bird on the table, wobbling in comfort.
Ooh.
Swaying in the scholar's hand, an endearing cohort.
Why the small wooden bird remind me or make me think about Robin and Sunday with that whole bird analogy?
I ask him, seeking his motive for this effort. The scholar, usually so quick to retort, refuses to answer, seemingly coming up short.
Ooh. Either caught him lacking or he don't want to reveal it. One of the two.
Creatures that through his hands pass, all change their functions, invoking wonder peerless. He once removed his hat as others witnessed, then walked on the hat over water with success.
Okay, nice.
They also saw him light a flare, fearless, instead creating chilling cold air, not so harmless.
So he out here murdering. Let me stop.
That bird was once a toy, and now his messenger.
Oh.
Or perhaps still a toy.
I know, it may be his messenger, but you know, it's still a toy to him.
That is the magic trick of his success, and one of his teachings that he will profess.
Nothing in this world is ever born fixed.
Oh, okay. Nothing is born fixed.
The far-seeing must be far in thought. His teachings are like prophetic delight, yet he opposes prophecies with all his might.
The flame chase journey.
He refrains from looking back on. Traveling all lands, chasing prophecies, trying to prove the priest's words were not unchangeable foresight.
Talking about Shreeby, right? The priest's words were not unchangeable foresight. I mean, maybe not Shreeby, but I mean, it sounds similar to that, like where he's trying to like say all these prophecies that are going on are not like set in stone.
Countless times, he exhausted his crafty sleights, wanting to rescue the doomed and resurrect whites, wanting to shame the prophesized heroes of magic and might,
okay,
wanting to sway promised villains to a course more upright.
Oh my gosh, bro. Now hold up. Forget the meaning behind their words. They're just over here spitting bars right now.
Perhaps fate could not guess his goals, but it could trample over his plans overnight.
Oh.
At the end, all his challenges flicker out, but he persists still in endless plight.
It can trample his plans overnight. Imagine if fate comes to take you a little earlier than planned, huh? I mean,
his ambitions are too lofty, and so failure follows him never too softly. Through moments of defeat, felt increasingly common, the scholar learned one thing he has never forgotten. Respond to defeat with a smile haughty.
I like that. Hold up. I'm gonna do that from now on. Every time that I lose at something, or I fail at something, or I get defeated, I'm gonna just smile through it. Call me All Might. Hold up.
Not from optimism, nor from a defeat of the heart.
I thank this misfortune's severity.
The laughter oozes with self-mockery, but is also full of a different emotion.
If this road is easy to walk, then future generations will not praise my name in piety.
Says his ambition.
I like how they got him doing the pose over here where he figured out the answer to the souls and the titans, right? Like, for that last saying right here. Dang, bro. It sucks that we lost Anaxa. I feel like we only had him for like a minute and then he was gone. That's that. How many got lit up? We almost there. Look at that. We're almost there with like a lot of them. We still got a lot more though that we haven't seen yet. That's that. Cass. Only at the very end did I realize she was nothing like the rumors. Only at the end? I knew from the very beginning. Ma'am, get on board. I'm really curious. Is everyone like this? Having a side that no one else sees. Are you the same? I always remain just as I was when we first met. I too have quite a few different sides. I'm curious about your hidden side. We'll only know when the story's over. Wait, does that mean your story will end? Then I won't be curious anymore. Don't let it end. Oh, look at that. Mim over here feeling sad that I might, go away. But right now, I'm not really in the mood to dig too deep. Cass's story is stepping into the next chapter, and I can't quite explain how I feel. It's like sadness, but also like some strange sense of relief. If someone were to ask about us, how should we tell her story? Her embrace was just as warm as anyone else's? Yeah. She did everything she was meant to do. Death couldn't stop her from loving. Maybe it's not over yet. I like that one. Maybe it's not over yet. Are you trying to comfort me? Honestly, it's okay. In future stories, you don't have to go out of your way to avoid any endings for my sake, okay? Don't worry, I'm doing whatever I feel like I want to do. Hold up. Ain't nobody gonna like guide my path. I'm doing what I want. Even though every story has an ending, I still wish everything could start over again. Do you though? Then what's the point of the ending though? Then it's just kind of pointless. Alright, what did we get? Hold up, we got a lot more. Woo, wishful resin! Gotta love that. Gotta love that. And that's everything. Alright, y'all, we got 2 left. We gotta get Aquila, and we gotta get Kefali. But Kefali is last to go, though. This is actually kind of crazy that we're this far in now. But listen, we here for it. It's gonna be sad, but we here for it. Collect your thoughts. Thanatos' and Cersei's core flames have been returned. They have. Sometime after that, the 12 constellations hover above, overlooking the vortex of Genesis. They embody the 12 Amphorean deities, fate, foundation, creations, and calamity of this world. Now, 10 among them have fallen. Their core flames return to the origin of Genesis. Above you, constellations shimmer, their brilliance echoing the faint slumber of each titan. And you have experienced 4 ascensions and 4 partings. Strife. The Lance of Fury once became the Mad King, plunging the world into ceaseless strife until your valor brought it to an end. And its demigod successor, the undying Mightimus, chose to bear the title of Krymnos alone, returning home to be crowned as the last line of defense for the Holy City, which is absolutely absurd. It's crazy that my man's doing that by himself right now. Mighty, may your battles know no defeat. Time, which is us. Hold up. It's kind of cool though that we got the time powers. I like that. Makes us all kind of OP though. I feel like if we use that power correctly, I feel like we OP. Back then, the incarnation of time entrusted Mem to you at the Temple of the Three Fates. Back then, The lively girl with red hair fulfilled her mission and bid the first farewell. Time speaks not of fairness, yet it never stops. And now this power resides in your hands. See you tomorrow, Trian. Ah, bro, why'd they have to do that to me? Rest in peace to Trian. Reason. Not long ago, the head of the Grove Sages helped you repel the menace that is the Black Tide. And still not long past, that unruly scholar staged one grand performance, granting you a glimpse of this world's truth at the cost of his life. Oh, the incarnation of reason. Have you found your answer at the end of existence? Yes, I think he did. I think he's perfectly happy with how his life turned out, and the answers that he found for everything that he was looking for with his theories. And then he even found another question that he's going to ask the next generation of people who come out here, the next generation of Christ's heirs. That's going to be crazy. Death. The prophecy once made the hand of shadow choose two people, granting one the fate of death. Yet their bond wove a hauntingly beautiful tale that stretched across time. Oh yes, it did. At the end, the incarnation of death who journeyed from the netherrealm to the living world chose to remain in that sea of flowers, retrieving your future. At the end of the west wind, we shall meet again. Casterus. That one sucks the most for me. I don't know. I felt like I grew attached to Casterus more than anybody else. They did her story extremely well. And I'm sad that I don't get to see her anymore right now. What a long journey it's been. Time and again, farewells haven't numbed you. You can't help but wonder, how many more goodbyes will the journey of trailblazing entail? You question whether you'll be able to express each goodbye with heartfelt emotion. I know at some point I feel like you would get numb to it, wouldn't you? It'd be like, what, 2 centuries later and you still telling people goodbye? I feel like it's gonna happen. Your thoughts sink into the ocean. Fugosa? You recall how the Amphoreans cherish epics, using stories to soothe their sorrows. Perhaps you should embrace this way to dispel your melancholy and regain your strength. Then let it begin. Countless words of adventure surge through your mind. You need only to grasp just one to anchor your creation. Oh, don't be influenced by the noise outside. Just focus on the keywords in your mind. It is indeed difficult, but you should still cling tightly to your inspiration, weaving heartfelt and elegant verses. Alright, this is an impossible task. Just one glance at your phone. It won't disrupt your thoughts, or so you tell yourself. Yep. Fell victim to it. Freaking Cypher. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me your moves. Gray Mystery. You still call me that. I had zero time for treasure hunting the last time I was in Styxia. Absolutely huge loss. Now the River of Souls has mostly retreated. I'm back, baby. There's a big shiny chest in the water. I can't use the miracle orb and I can't wade through. Your power of time is needed. Come. We can do a 70-30 split. 30 for you and 70 for me. You know I can play at this game too, right, Cypher? Exactly. 30 for you and 70 for me. Huh? Details, schmeetails. Get here and we'll talk. Look at her with the cute little cat emoji. That's hilarious, actually. Okay, I guess we got our next adventure. You must admit that some people still manage to live joyfully at this arduous low point in life. Cypher's endless desires for wealth seem more turbulent than the waters of Scale Gorge Waterscape. Yeah, we compared it to that. Forget the past for now. It only brings sorrow. But sadness has no place in this moment. What you need is the drive to move forward. You decide to head to Styxia, where the River of Souls is no longer blocked, to meet up with the cat girl. Hopefully those glittering, clinking trinkets will, as always, lift your spirits.
Oh, Styxia's moonlight is so beautiful. And the River of Souls is so quiet. It's like everything that happened was just a dream. I wonder if Cass is doing okay on the other side.
Yep, I know.
If I write a letter and put it in a drift bottle, Will she be able to read it?
I don't know if that's how it works. I hope so. That'd be kind of cool though. What I am wondering the most right now is, are all the people, like all the souls that we saw over here in Styxia that we could talk to and you know, all that stuff that Cass was like, you know, touching and sending back, are all of them down in that field of flowers with her now? Or do some of them still remain here by any chance? Or how does that work? I miss Casters too. Now's not the time to feel down. Now, I miss Casters too. Hold up.
No, this shouldn't be so depressing.
Well, it is, ma'am. Get used to it.
Now's not the time to feel down. We gotta pull ourselves together.
Okay.
By the way,
Optimism.
it was Miss Cypher who asked us to come here. But where has she gone?
Don't ask me. Cypher be going anywhere and everywhere she wants to. What's that sound?
I don't know. This aura feels so familiar.
In a good way or a bad way?
Let's go check it out together. Be very careful.
Of course, yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Bad feeling, huh? So that means we just dive headfirst into it, right? Right? Yeah, that's exactly what we do. Danger, Smanger. Picking it up from Cypher. Hold up.
What's that on the ground? Should we pick it up?
Okay, let me ask y'all real quick, because I'm not going to touch it just in case it doesn't give me an option. It should give me an option, but I'm not going to touch it. This button right here never used to be here before, right? Are you allowed to skip through the story now? Did Hoyoverse actually add that feature into the game? I don't know, but I'm not going to touch it just in case.
Careful. Careful.
Okay, Mim over here using her powers.
It's a piece of black cloth.
The Flame Reaver is back. Oh, we got to be careful. Flame Reaver is no joke. Where's Mighty at?
Now, where have I seen this before?
You know where it came from, Mim. It's the Flame Reaver. Did someone rip off a piece of my clothes?
What? No. Your clothes are perfectly fine.
Mim is so much more animated. I love it.
Could this be from the Flame Reaver's cloak?
Yep.
Why is it here?
Why else would it be here? They were here. Ain't no way they showed up, right?
Look out!
Ain't no way! Bro, we just got here. Now hear me out, hear me out. Imagine this dude actually just came here to just offer me some candy. You know, he just wants to be friends, homies, you know, kick back, get some snacks, relax, you know, you don't know, Kit Kat, I don't know, something like that. Mim, get ready. You want the pink puppy, don't you? Is it finally time for me to bow out? Nah, take the pink puppy.
What? Now I'm sad. This isn't the time for jokes.
Yes, it is.
Let's try our best to deal with them for now, and we'll slip into the past with time's power as soon as we can.
Mim over here coming up with plans immediately, okay? Maybe he's trying to talk, hold up. Okay, he's actually speaking to us.
Is full of fish, big and delicious.
Huh? Sir, you telling me that you hungry?
What?
The flame chase journey stops.
No, it's still going. Are you okay, sir?
Meow, meow.
Oh, ain't no way. Is this Cypher playing a trick on us, bro?
Meow?
Cypher, where you at? What's happening? Is this meant to be a riddle? The Flame Reaver's gone mad. The end.
We already knew about the mad part, but are we still in danger?
I mean, if the Flame Reaver just meowed at me, I don't know. Cypher, where you at?
Sorry, I couldn't pass on the chance to give you two a good scare.
So it's you, Cypher. What a terrible person. Let's leave. This Cypher must be a fake too. Run.
Ah! Don't run! I'm the real Cypher. The real one.
Uh-huh.
Come on, don't be upset. I'm just giving you a kind reminder that Amphoreus isn't safe at all.
Did we really need
The
that
whole
though?
place is full of dangers, including that swordmaster. Make sure you stay on your toes, no matter where you are.
I knew that from the very beginning. Heck, I didn't know I was dead until recently, and we just got me back to life. So you're playing both good cop and bad cop. Well, ain't I grateful for the reminder? I'm so strong that I don't need your reminder.
Really? But just a minute ago, that gray hair of yours was all standing up. You were so scared.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, was that a Flame Reaver disguise? Or a magic trick? It looked so real. Is that the power of the trickery demigod?
That's what I was gonna say. I think so.
Disguise? No. It's not as simple as that.
Uh-huh.
Let me think about how to explain this.
Okay, let me know.
For example, what did you think when you realized that piece of cloth came from the Flame Reaver's cloak?
Is she able to play with our mind? Ain't no way.
We thought that maybe the Flame Reaver was around here somewhere?
Can she manifest that by tricking people? Yo.
That's right. And then you heard some footsteps. What did you think when that happened?
That the Flame Reaver was approaching.
Well, we thought it must be the Flame Reaver coming this way.
Yep, exactly. I just used some hints and mental suggestions to help you believe in a lie.
No, that's a fire power, actually. Hold up.
Lies are what Zagreus is best at. If everyone believes in a lie, then it becomes reality.
That's actually kind of sick. I mean, okay, but does it become reality? Like, you can make it unchanging? Like, if you made everybody in Amphoreus believe something using your trickery, then could, like, you know, that could become the new reality and it never changes back to, like, what it was before? If that's the case, that can be a strong power.
A power to make lies into reality? That's got all my hair standing up.
That'll be crazy. Nice. Now I know your secret. And you're just telling us everything like that? Nah, I know your secret now. Hold up.
I sure love your arrogance, Gray Mystery.
Hey, listen. Stop calling me Gray Mystery. I'm not gonna lie.
The seamstress trusts you for a reason. Someone as honest as you couldn't trick me even if you wanted to.
Dang.
So, there's no harm in telling you. Besides, we still need to team up to go treasure hunting, right?
I guess.
Let's wrap up here. It's time to get going.
Alright. Where are we going?
Was that your teleslate?
Who over here messaging me now? Finon? What's up, my man? What's good, goat? Praise the sun. Jerada, did you rest well? I came during the lucid hour and you seemed asleep, so I didn't wake you up. But I can't stay idle at the current circumstances. I feel it's time to continue our special training. Let's go to the grove, shall we? I'm down, but first we gotta do the treasure hunt.
Aren't you a popular one? But I got to you first, so
Yep.
help me with the treasures, and then I'll send you two to the grove.
Listen, that's actually a perfect, way to do this, because she can just literally zap us there, or just lightning speed us there, flash us there, whatever you want to call it, blitz us there. Why do you need so much money anyway? Gonna go live handsomely somewhere after this?
Live handsomely? You mean spend all this money? That's so not why I hunt for treasures.
I actually am curious why.
Don't forget, I'm a demigod too. And there's a line reserved for me in that stupid prophecy as well. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change.
That's gonna be crazy. I feel like that would be really sad to see too. Like, imagine we actually see her doing all these crazy things and then she dies one of these days and it's like a really sad moment. But she only died because she wanted to get like a penny off the ground.
But I don't believe in that. As long as I keep collecting treasures, then I won't need to care about petty change.
Are you sure about that?
And as long as I don't hurt other people when I get what I want, I won't be walking with greed. Right? Isn't that simple?
That's her way of saying that I'm scared, I don't want the prophecy to happen, and I'm doing everything I can to avoid it.
So, as long as I keep going down this path, all those predestined prophecies and fates will never catch up to me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Gotcha.
That was a long speech. I'm getting thirsty at this rate. The treasures of Styxia aren't gonna float up on their own. Come on, Grey Mystery. Show me what the authority of time can do.
Alright, let's try it. I'm glad that they're starting to animate people a lot more now. A few days later at the crash site in the Abyss of Fade, where we were.
So, this is the car of the Astral Express you've
Sus.
spoken of. My repository of memories has been enriched with another fascinating piece of information. Thank you for leading me here, Lord Donham.
Lygus is sus, bro. I'm surprised a council elder like yourself would be willing to journey so far to inspect the Express. I wonder if Don Hun suspects this dude at all of being anybody besides a council member. We gotta figure this dude out.
Archimans hold wisdom and knowledge in high esteem. If the citizens knew of your origins, I'm sure more would be intrigued by the Trailblaze.
True.
Sadly, discussions about the world beyond the sky remain taboo.
Uh-huh. And why would that be, Lygus?
It's been quite some time since you first arrived in Akama. Presumably, you've been looking for a way to leave ever since.
I mean, a little bit, but we're good here, you know, helping out until we figure out a way to leave. I've been actively gathering clues and testing different things. Sadly, the more I find out, the more powerless I feel.
Don't be too hard on yourself, my lord. This puzzle has stumped Amphoreus' scholars for centuries. It isn't something you can solve overnight.
What do you mean?
Even someone as gifted as yourself.
What does he mean that it's something that stumped them for centuries? Are they trying to get beyond the sky too? But they don't really know about it, do they? In the Grove, I discovered extensive research on the Sky Titan. It appears that many scholars from Amphoreus believe the taboo against the world beyond the sky stems from a curse cast by Aquila.
Exactly. Of the 12 Titans of Amphoreus, Aquila is known for being the most capricious.
You know what? I take back what I just said. I am kind of dumb about that. Hold up. Because the fact that they have a taboo thing that you can't talk about the sky beyond the sky or whatever means that they know about it. Duh.
The weather itself reflects their mood. Tranquil sunshine, mournful rain. Aquila's breath is a brisk wind, and their cries resound as thunder in a storm.
Oh, dang. So you telling me that if it's pouring down here one day, that means Aquila is up there bawling his eyes out. Something happened up there. My man is crying like a baby. Okay. Additionally, Aquila is one of the 2 Titans whose core flames have yet to be returned. That is true. What would the weather be like if Aquila was getting freaky, huh? Would that be like a thunderstorm? Hold up. Or, you know, maybe he's getting a little, a little romantic, letting up there, you know, get a little hot and spicy. What's the weather going to be like, huh?
The sky above affects every
Maybe
citizen.
fog.
It's clear that Lady Aglaya's decision to confront Aquila at the end of the Flame Chase journey was a carefully considered strategy.
That's good, because then we're going to go beyond the sky, probably. If returning Aquila's core flame can break the sky's curse, we won't have to exhaust ourselves searching for a way back. We can simply focus on aiding the Chrysos's heirs, which is what we've been doing.
Anti-Catherians have no home to return to, so I understand your concern for your old friends and homeland. I used anti-Catherian technology, or scanning, as you might call it, to assess this car.
Scanning,
Assuming
that's it?
my judgment is correct, I might be able to conduct a thorough overhaul of its power systems.
Okay. Really? But...
Of course. That's only if you, my lord, permit me to interact with it.
I don't know about this Dal Hung. By all means, please proceed. But be careful. The Express's thrusters are extremely delicate.
You honor me with your trust. I will be very careful.
I ain't got no trust for you, but Dal Hung seemed to a little bit. Lygus carefully scans the damaged propulsion system, then methodically began inspecting its components. Alright. This is unbelievable. You seem to understand its structure perfectly. Have you repaired something like this before? Suspicious! There you go. See, Dan Heng is starting to, get a little bit, some tidbits here and there about, okay, Lygus may be more than he seems. Hold up.
Not exactly, but we Antikytherians are inherently sensitive to machinery. Carefully endowed our kind with a unique advantage for analyzing and learning.
Uh-huh. You believe in this, Dan Heng?
If you give me some time, I might be able to fully restore this damaged car to its former glory. Then you and your esteemed companion could set off on your return journey sooner.
Why do you want us to get out of here so quickly, though, huh? And if we leave out of here with the core flame of Orynyx of time, do we keep the power of time when we're outside of Amphoreus? That's my question. But isn't the real issue with Aquila?
Hypothetically, Lord Dan Heng, if I could open up a path out of Amphoreus that circumvents Aquila's divine punishment.
Dan Heng, I say we pack this dude up.
Would you consider ceasing your support for the Flame Chase journey?
Why does he want us to stop? I don't understand. Does the Council of Elders possess some secret means of counteracting divine punishment? There we go.
It's best if you don't delve too deeply into that question, my lord.
Okay, buddy.
All you need to know is, I can make it happen.
See, that's the dumbest thing for you to ever say to somebody, because the moment that you say, hey man, just don't look too much into it, that's the moment that they looking all the way into it. They looking at every nook and cranny. They going between the cheeks. They going into the gooch, bro. They're looking for every single part of it. Hold up. Maybe this is not a decision by the Council of Elders, but rather his personal wish.
The crucial point is, if you and your companion are unwilling to halt your support for the Chrysos heirs, it could offend certain interests.
Interests of the Path of Remembrance, huh? I'm on to you, Lygus. I don't trust you for a second. And I don't think Dan Heng trusts you anymore either. Huh. Forgive me, Lord Lygus, but I must be frank. Visiting Dawn Cloud, I reviewed the records of many council elders. Among them, only your background was nearly blank. I'd like to accept your goodwill, but given such a mysterious background and motives, anyone cautious would have doubts. Let them know.
Your prudence impresses me, just as expected.
Yep. I feel like the Antikytherians is just a whole facade too. Like they never even existed. I feel like that's just a whole made-up race right now, and he's literally a path of the remembrance with Foley. That's it. Oh, they jumping? They jumping! Hold up! Are these people? Is this a trap? Is that why you accompanied me here? Yo!
Please don't misunderstand, Lord Dan Heng. As the Theoros, I have no allegiance to their plans, nor am I obliged to abstract them. I am neutral.
So is it because that we are like an obstruction, or not an obstruction, but we're like a unknown entity in all of this in Amphoreus? We weren't supposed to be here. And the Remembrance Path seems like they're trying to, like, conduct their little experiment with Amphoreus or whatever, where they have their own world that they can control. But with us, coming in here and encroaching on all this, now they're like, okay, you are a whole, like, unidentified and unplanned for entity, causing, like, chaos and different things that go wrong here now, or change up. Maybe that's why they don't want us here. But they jump in, my man.
Respect for you, I hope to offer a peaceful solution to ensure the safety of you and your companion.
Now listen, I'm not gonna lie. Dan Heng clears all of them except Lygus. I don't know about your chances with Lygus. I'm not sure if I like them chances. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie. But Don Hung, you know, with the Imbiber de Lune form, now you clear all these other lackeys over here. Lygus is the problem. 1 against 4 then. 5. What you mean 4? Don't forget about him. Just to confirm, if things turn ugly later, will you help?
I will not. As I said, I remain neutral.
So Lygus isn't going to fight us. I don't know if I believe that.
Are you asking this because you plan to refuse my offer and continue supporting the Chrysos heirs?
You weren't wrong about one thing, Lord Lygus. Indeed, we must try to return to our companions. But our companions now also include the flame-chasing Chrysos heirs. The Nameless cannot and will not ignore the fate of our companions. Good words, Don. Especially because we're tied to it now, becoming a Chrysos heir ourselves.
So I see. This is what you call trailblazing.
Uh-huh. When I asked if you'd help, I meant the ones who need help are them. Yeah, let them know. Like I said, Don Hung clears these dudes. Okay. Meanwhile, in the Grove of Epiphany, what's going on here? Oh, snap! Finon? With the Flame Reaver? Hold up! Bro, okay, wait a minute. Before we even go forward, I was about to press, you know, continue, but look at this, bro. That reflection in the sword, masterful work. Y'all starting to cook with these, with the imagery, with the scenes, with the cut scenes, with everything, bro. Keep doing it. Hold up. Look at this crisp image in the freaking reflection of the sword. Love that. But he's fighting one-on-one with the Flame Reaver right now?
You have such overwhelming power, so why?
Go off. Yeah, we understood that.
Answer me. Why do you stand in her way? Why do you want to take the core flames?
Now listen, if he's a smart villain, he wouldn't answer your question. Yeah, okay. Can I see the fight, please?
Oh no! He can't hold on anymore!
Oh, we making our way to him?
Drag him back here, friend!
Wait. I hope we're not in Styxia right now and seeing Finon's soul. Okay. We made our way to him, good. I thought we were still in Styxia, I was about to say.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I can handle that kind of hit now. But a few months ago, that would have knocked me out.
Okay. Always keeping me on edge. If I had passed out, that would have been it.
That's why I made sure you were well fed and rested on the road.
Thank you, sir. Wait, that was for your own benefit though, but thank you, sir.
Thanks for the help. To face Aquila and other potential threats, I must sharpen myself with the most aggressive methods.
Wait, so was that the real Flame Reaver, or did we like reverse time so he could fight the Flame Reaver in the past?
Even so, it's impressive you thought of this training method. Battling the phantoms of the past in the River of Time. It's just like the hyperbolic time sanctum that the bards describe.
The hyperbolic time sanctum? Yeah, Dragon Ball reference? Y'all crazy for that. Rest in peace, Toriyama.
It's working pretty well, wouldn't you say?
Getting stronger? Okay.
But combat isn't just about strength and skill. You also need the right weapon. Compared to that guy's weapon, mine feels like I'm swinging a lump of iron.
Dang.
I can't tell you how many swords I've gone through since the training began.
Oh, so we burning through swords. And now that I think about it, he said 3 months ago he wouldn't be able to handle that. So we've been going on this training with him for 3 months? It's been that long? Or probably even longer since the last part. Okay. Why not get Cartoonist to help? Weight training, huh?
It's a good thing Caenis is the finest blacksmith in Amphoreus.
Oh, he keep on forging you blades? That's crazy. My dude probably fed up. Finally come back over there. Cartoon's over here. Another blade.
I asked him to make a suitable divine weapon for me. It's a little embarrassing to say this, but in order to help me, he deliberately turned down all other business.
Hey, listen, that's a big thing. That's a big deal. I mean, you a Chrysos heir, though, and you probably the most important Chrysos heir of them all, so I think that's fair that he does that.
Oh, Caenis is part of this flame chase journey after all. Full of energy.
Thinking about how he's been recently, maybe you're right.
But, Phynon, I've been somewhat concerned about you. Lately, you seem more and more fixated on that Swordmaster in black.
I mean, they are the one that destroyed his entire hometown, killed all his friends and family, and made him all alone and have to go on this flame chase journey, so I mean, can you blame him?
That's quite the sudden shift in topic.
I've been holding this question in for a long time. You're getting stronger, but seeds of unrest are also growing in me.
Don't worry. I'm not wielding my sword for revenge. She's been through Nigador's trial and understands. Those who can't walk out of the shadows of their past are ultimately weak.
Alright, I hope that stands true, sir.
Times have changed. The responsibility I bear is both precious and fragile. I wield my sword for the future of Amphoreus. I will not let hatred cloud my judgment again and neglect my duties.
Okay, listen, I just gotta make it known here. Hold up, give me 1 second before I make this statement. Joshua Waters might be the best voice actor in English in Hoyoverse. I'm not gonna lie. Or at least in Honkai Star Rail. I love his voice acting, bro. He does a great job, bro. Great job. Hold up. You've really grown, but you can't beat them yet. We'll be here by your side. Yes, we will.
You're right, partner. As of now, I'm not able to handle that Swordmaster on my own. I still need the help of my friends. Every time I say something, things get so serious. I don't want to be the person who keeps bringing the mood down.
Hey, listen, you good. You good. Don't worry about it.
Out of energy for training today. How about we go to the library of Philia to lighten the mood?
Sure, that's what I've been looking forward to. We deserve to enjoy ourselves after all the hard work. Today, I'm definitely going to...
Going to what? Going to what, Mim? Huh? What were you reading before? Why not take the interesting ones home?
Oh, great idea! However, that would mean no more reasons to visit the Grove.
That would be kind of sad. Oh, she's talking about books, reading books. Okay.
That's the charm of this place. You can find whatever you're into here. The three of us might not be into scholarly books.
I am.
But we could still spend an entire day at the library of Philia.
Hold up, give me some scholarly books right now. I'm gonna become the next Chrysos heir of reason. Give me a moment. Alright, we're back up here though. It did kind of suck that we were only able to be up here for like 2 seconds and fight and all that stuff, and then we were gone. This is a crazy throne. At the base of the sacred tree lies the throne, the pinnacle of mortal wisdom. Countless scholars of the Grove spent their lives striving to reach this seat of knowledge. Yet now, it stands before you, unguarded and unclaimed. A faint whisper seems to echo in your ears. Oh, trailblazer from afar, can you resist the temptation of ascending to the throne? Undoubtedly, I cannot. Indeed, when such a grand yet empty throne appears before you, who could resist the urge to sit upon it? Besides, what harm could refusing this temptation possibly bring, save for missing an opportunity? You decide to yield to the desire in your heart, but not so fast. Before becoming king, there's something you must do first. you need to select your subjects. Ordinary humans, maybe a tad more fancy. Chaotic evil, I just want to take a selfie. But first, let me take a selfie. Alright, such a simple and pure wish deserves to be granted. So, go ahead and take a seat. Yo, okay. This can be a perfect image for Marsh when she come back. As long as she got her memories. Please have your memories. It's done. Thankfully, no fee collecting administrators are present. You can follow your heart and remain seated here until the world crumbles, if Cersei doesn't come to make you pay. Alright, say less. Memory shard, okay. I wish I could actually get the picture though. Why can't I actually get the picture? That's kind of sad. Hold up, can I catch this thing? There we go. Guardian Nymph. In light and darkness, I shall guard this sacred ground until our master's return. Yet despite everything, our master shows no sign. Have they forsaken us? Yeah. Go ahead and leave. Titan's echoes. Cersei's. That one's unsettling, bro. It's like trees crackling with a mixture of like some technological like space sounds and stuff like that. That's unsettling. Bow of Rift Cersei's. Spring plants questions in fertile mind. Autumn yields wisdom pure and true. Amidst holy leaves, truth we find. Okay, okay. Bars. Once again. Alright, let's continue on downwards. Look at all these souls, though. What the heck? Are these all the souls of the researchers who died? Rest in peace.
Here we are! Where was that slate last time? Was it here? Or maybe over here?
Right here.
I'm up!
My bad. Over the past few months, you've come here more than once, fishing out that small piece of essence from the ocean of knowledge that best suits your taste. You're quite relieved that Don Hung isn't around. No one will be there to judge your reading taste. The scroll at hand shows a line of small text. Non-standard reading material. Please return to its original place after borrowing. Do not let any Grove professor discover it. 10 exclamation marks. It seems that the scholars of the Grove, amidst their profound academic discussions, haven't forgotten their little hobbies. So, which reading material will you peruse? Forbidden Love, The Tree and the Butterfly, The Birds and the Bees. Hold up. My professor can't possibly be this shy. Ain't no way. One Punch God Aquila? Hold up. Now we gotta go through all of these. Hold up. Forbidden Love. Forbidden Love, The Tree and the Butterfly. She wandered through the flower sea, searching for a glimpse of those fluttering butterfly wings, but without success. Sir, I've heard that every flower has its own florography. Generally speaking, that perception is correct. She heard the voice but couldn't see the speaker, yet Cersei's paid it no mind. She calmly responded to her most special student while scanning her surroundings. What is your florography? I'm afraid I'm not a flower, but a tree. Huh. Evidently, this answer failed to satisfy the other party. A sound mingled with dissatisfaction and disappointment reached her ears, prompting her to add another remark. Well, if we're just speaking metaphorically, I suppose it would be intelligence. However, her objective was nearly accomplished. It should be around here somewhere. Now, she just needed to find some bait to draw her out. Intellectual, yet also romantic. Perhaps it's because I hibernate? You see, in my long dreams, I've made promises to countless lovers. Really? The butterfly-winged girl suddenly rose from the thicket before Cersei's, startling her slightly. After all, at this moment, the distance between them was virtually non-existent. Gazing directly at Nestia's face, allowing the light reflecting from her lips to pass through her eyes, a hint of crimson flashed across Cersei's face, almost imperceptible to onlookers. Of course, her composure wavered for only a moment. Then, Cersei wrapped her arms around the girl's waist, and, as if pulling up a radish from the ground, gently lifted her from the flower thicket. Of course not. Caught you now. Placing her on the ground, the giant tree's incarnation gently stroked the butterfly wings with the edges of her leaves, confirming the other's normal state before slowly withdrawing. So, now will you tell me? Why have you been avoiding me? Nothing. Would you please refrain from frolicking in my Antilla garden? A cold voice unseasonably interrupted their thoughts. Indeed, for the garden's master, the incarnation of death, such lively atmosphere was truly something akin to a natural enemy. Sorry, we'll leave at once. Thank you for listening to my troubles, Madame Thanatos. Sir, let's return to the grove. Sorry, then, for troubling you. Honestly, you two are, alas, but Circe's. You must be aware by now, right? A bitter sensation spread in her mouth once more. Circe's remained silent, merely nodding as she bid farewell to her old friend. On the way back to the grove, Nestia remained completely silent. After one unsuccessful attempt to question her, Circe struggled to find another opportunity to speak and simply focused on the path ahead. Voices of gossip reached them, causing irritation. A genius? So what? She's just like, so terrifying. A stern figure approached rapidly. It was Blank, the source of the irritation. Nestia offered Circe a smile, then turned and walked away. Blank cast a sharp glance in the direction of the butterfly-winged girl's departure, then shifted his gaze back to Circe's. First came perfunctory reports and spiritless small talk, then escalation to arguments that resembled personal attacks. Do you truly understand? I don't need to. Let me be direct, Circe. To romance a student, even your own creation, don't you find that perverse? Pow! This was the first time the embodiment of reason allowed emotions to govern her mind. The sensation left on her palm felt as if it would scorch through to the heart of the tree. She punched the lights out of this man probably right now. From nearby came the sound of running footsteps, familiar yet somehow strange. Circe wanted to give chase immediately, but the words echoing in her ears tripped her steps. She was indeed somewhat distracted, allowing the girl's image to surface and fade in her mind repeatedly. When her resolve crystallized, the third curtain fall hour had slipped by. The personification of the giant tree approached the gilded chrysalis, cried her beloved's name, then stilled, as if she had frozen. The traces left by the butterfly-winged girl who dwelled here were all but erased. Upon the foliate desk lay words, a maiden's first and final love letter. I love you, Circe. I've already received the graduation gift after all, so forget me. Dang, so between Nestia and Circe's, that's the little story, okay? That's it? Nothing else? Look at me, super intrigued. We're like, hey, I need part 2. This love story abruptly ends at its worst moment. Whether the author lost the motivation to continue or some urgent situation occurred remains unknown. If it were the latter, the Flame Reaver is fully responsible. Oh, so we pinned it on him. Okay. Next one. My professor can't possibly be this shy. Sorry I'm late. I used the power of a Caenis bloom to climb over the vines, rush into the classroom and nervously pulling open the door, only to make eye contact with the person I had an appointment with. The professor, barely over 30, was leaning casually against the stone lectern, loose and relaxed. The scholar's robe gleamed bright in the dim light of the ever night, giving off an almost divine aura. Huh, the first class and already late. Looks like someone is eager to meet Thanatos. In other words, this was our first one-on-one lesson, and I just totally blew it from the start. Probably even Circe would have felt embarrassed looking at such a sorry scene. Luckily, I'd already come up with a plan. Sorry, Professor. I'll do anything to make it up to you. Anything? Well, please. I hope you'll be lenient. At these words, the professor's face broke into a charming smile. Oh, heck no, don't trust that. Then, I want you to teach me. Wait, Professor? I want you to break down the points in this paper, word by word and explained them to me slowly. Although there was no mirror here, I could guess that my face had turned red from the sudden and direct request. But Professor, I'm still just a student intern. Isn't it a bit too early for me to do something like this? Huh. I finally worked up the courage to say it. Do you want me to waste the lesson I prepared? You fool! At least wait until after class. If that's what you'd prefer, then fine. But don't forget, I still haven't forgiven you. So, what should we study first today? Why don't we peruse this academic journal? I think they recently published a paper on the patterns of natural numbers. Sounds good. Come on, let's have a look. The research paper was immensely valuable, but I couldn't even grasp the basic arguments, as I was too deeply engrossed in the professor's sharp gaze. He looked so rational when he was immersed in numbers. Nothing less than I expect from the professor I cherish so much. After that, we experienced an enriching lesson. We wandered through the classical literature exhibition, eagerly absorbing the newly compiled Titan Faith Studies. Finally, we lingered in the dreams woven by the latest works of the Ethrocarenism school, so much so that we completely forgot. The bell signaling the curtain fall hour rang, and we looked at each other. Class is over. More than once, I had resented time for its seemingly linear flow, yet I remained powerless to interfere with it. The professor looked at me and paused for a moment, and as if making some kind of decision, then muttered, "Take out your paper. I'll help you revise it." Really? You mean it? Yes. You are a student I take great pride in. I've been considering this for some time. Professor, let me understand your thoughts, your research, your everything. No further words were needed. Two seekers of knowledge, driven by instinct, began their deep exploration of ideas. At that moment, we had yet to realize that after this lesson, another name would appear in the acknowledgments of the paper. And in the end, this would be the very spark that led to the founding of our academic symposium. Okay, what in the world did I just read? My professor can't possibly be this shy. What part of this man is shy? After finishing this mind-shaking piece, only one image remains in your mind. The Express. Welt. Phone. For a young Celeron host, this type of literature remains far too ahead of its time. Alright then, One Punch God Aquila. Let's see what we got over here. Brushing off the dust that had settled on him, he adjusted his attire and stood firm, facing the giant eagle in a tense standoff. So you think you're something special just because you defeated the silent Georios? Mortal, heed my advice. The God King remained silent, gazing into Aquila's 1,000 eyes. Slowly, he raised his right arm, 4 fingers pressed together, and with a simple motion, he lightly waved at the colossal being before him. Arrogant fool, you will pay the price for your insolence. Aquila's fury erupted, their towering form radiating intense heat. In an instant, their massive wings vibrated at an imperceptible speed. 1,000 razor-sharp feathers shot forth like swords, hurling straight toward the God King. As everyone knows, the feathers of the Sky Titan can pierce through iron and steel, let alone mortal flesh. Their sheer density left no room to evade. The violent storm of lethal blades closed in, and time itself seemed to freeze. Aquila enhanced their reflexes, predicting the movements of this arrogant little thief before them. Noticing the God King shifting his stance, Aquila mused he had only 2 choices. He could push off the ground to evade left or right, or stand firm and brace for impact. But either way, it would be futile. The feathered blades would shift with the wind, altering the trajectory. No matter how swift his movements, they would follow him relentlessly. But who could have predicted the God King never intended to dodge? He pushed forward instead, seizing the first incoming feather blade between his 2 fingers. With a swift turn, he carved a spiral through the air and hurled it back at supersonic speed. The feather blade curved the wind, piercing deep into the storm. Without the slightest deviation, it collided tip to tip with another razor-sharp steel feather. The deflected feather veered to the sides upon impact, colliding with the others and further altering the trajectories. The sharp clashing of feathers rang out in an irregular rhythm, a chain reaction unfolding until the force of the final feather was dissipated, scattering harmlessly into the air. With just a single seized feather, the God King had nullified the entire storm of blade-like wings. Aquila was shocked. How could a mere mortal possess such divine skill? Yet, as a being of godly essence, they did not allow themselves to be shaken. Seizing the moment as the scattered feathers clouded their vision, they swiftly brought down their claws, sharp as steel greatswords, aiming to end the battle in a single decisive strike. The massive claws struck dead center where the God King stood, the sheer force of impact carving a deep crater into the ground. No, something felt off. Aquila's mind raced. The sensation was strange. Had it missed? Or they focused their gaze only to witness the impossible. Their enormous razor-sharp claw, many times larger than the God King himself, was caught, held effortlessly in a single hand, as if the God King were merely grasping a piece of cutlery. The countless white feathers drifting through the air painted an eerie contrast against the battlefield's deadly stillness. The once mighty and untouchable giant eagle found itself frozen in shock for the first time in 1,000 years. Muttering in disbelief, they said, "Impossible! Even Giorio's when fighting me could do nothing but evade beneath my iron claws. Yet you, what in the world are you? Haven't you already figured out the answer? A mere mortal. Nothing more. You cocky little..." Aquila attempted to retract their claw, but under the God King's grip, it was as if frozen in place, completely immobile. Their expression darkened. Seeing this, the God King seemed to smile. He clenched the fingers of his free hand and then, at a speed even a Titan's vision could not perceive, with full force he swung his fist. In an instant, the divine body shattered. A tidal wave of force shook the heavens, sending tremors through the divine steel-forged walls, cracking them in multiple places. The sacred temple teetered on the brink of collapse. From this moment on, the celestial realm would exist no more. The people of Amphoreus would no longer endure the tyranny of the heavens. And all of this was made possible by the God King's mighty blows. No, by a single punch. The distant Titan gods sensed the fall of their comrade and erupted into furious howls. Was there no one who could stop him? How could this advance ever be shaken? What they did not realize was that even one as mighty as the God King was still bound by the desires of mortals. Just as before the battle began, he once again adjusted his attire. Congratulations. You've reached your end, Aquila. You are strong. Strong enough to be worthy of the name Sky Titan. He ignored the crumbling stone walls behind him and strode toward the temple's exit. His steps were steady, yet the disappointment on his face was unmistakable. But your only flaw was failing to make this satisfying for me. Next episode, battling Nikador. Next issue on hiatus? No! This was literally One Punch Man Season 1. Hold up. Where's Season 2 at? Invigorating literature. Your favorite. This article leaves you feeling empowered, as if you are the author's One Punch God incarnate. Sky Titan Aquila? Heh, that's nothing. Literally over here, we're about to become the God King. Hold up. We're about to go up there and one punch Aquila. Hold up. Wait a minute. Alright, let's stop here. That was a lot.
I wonder what Finan and Mem were reading.
My character speaks? Did my character just speak? Hold up! Wait a minute!
Let's take a closer look.
Oh my gosh, tell me we got voice acting back for some of our characters now. Oh my gosh, bro! That actually surprised the heck out of me. Optional, see what Finon's reading, and then see what Mem's reading. Let's go find Finon real quick. Finon! Did you know that my character's voiced again? It's crazy. Can I observe it? Hello. There we go.
I thought I felt a draft just now. Peeking isn't polite, my friend.
I'm sorry, Finon. Just curious what you're reading. Are you reading something you shouldn't be?
In front of you all. That would be pretty careless.
Literally.
Here, look, I'm reading this. Antiques Appraisal. How to make a fortune.
Oh, you trying to get rich? Just go talk to Cypher real quick. Didn't know you were into this. I know how. In your dreams. Dang. Maybe it's time to find a different side gig.
No way. I've invested almost all my savings into this hobby.
Did you?
I've spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaia became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family wealth.
She rich. Okay.
That's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't it? For those of us in the sticks, luck doesn't come as easily. It's 30% grind, 70% fate. Oops, I talked too much.
Ooh.
As a leader, you need both integrity and... integrity and skill.
Nah, go ahead. Nah, we know what you was gonna say. Nah, stick with it. Integrity and wealth. You know exactly how it is out here. The more money you have, the more campaigning you can do, the more power and influence you get. Alright, so he's over here reading about how to get wealth. I still can't believe my character got voiced all of a sudden.
Month of cultivation, curtain fall hour, a time to feast on grains, a poor time for fishing.
A time to feast on grains and a poor time for fishing? What?
But then again, are there even any spots left to fish in Amphoreus these days?
You fish? What are you looking at? Are you into fishing? Superstitions, superstitions. Don't buy into them.
You scared me! Bursting into someone's world like that can really catch them off guard.
Guard!
No more jokes. There's nothing here. I'll go look elsewhere.
Something's odd about Mem. What are they flipping through?
Oh my gosh, we're voiced! Oh my gosh! I'm not gonna lie, this is a wonderful day. This is a grand and glorious day. Never did I think I would hear my character speak another line in this game again. I thought I would have to voice them for the rest of the game, but here we are. Miracles exist.
Oh, these cards are so detailed and fine.
Are you reading Yu-Gi-Oh right now? Hold up. Duel.
Ruler, weaver, traveler, healer. But the interpretation for each card is so long. Do I have to memorize them all?
Yes, if you want to be the greatest of all time. What are you looking at? Ruler fits me pretty well. Use them flexibly. Don't just memorize. Nah, ruler fits pretty well.
What a coincidence! We meet again. Guess we're fated to be together, huh?
Mim is so annoyed right now. I'm gonna keep doing it though. You're never going to escape me, Mim. We're gonna be together forever. Inseparable for all of life and eternity. Never to be separated in death either. You will never be rid of me.
But you must be busy, so I won't bother you for now. Hope your day, every day, is joyful.
She's like, leave me alone.
So suspicious. Not like their usual self.
Not like their usual self. Is Mim secretly trying to betray us or something? Like, what are you saying? I don't believe it.
You sure are persistent. All right. I'm totally helpless against your charm.
I mean, everybody is.
What are you guys chatting about? Is this the Amphoreus Divination Compendium?
What is that?
Why are you here too?
Sorry, seeing you two chasing each other around, I suddenly found my book not that appealing anymore.
I know, that'd be kind of fun. I'd be like, hey, let me join in too. What's going on here?
Never thought Mem would be into divination. But it's not exactly a niche hobby. So why all the secrecy?
I wanted to set up a surprise. Master it in secret and give you all a shock.
Oh, now I feel bad.
But getting caught halfway through, it's only natural I'd feel shy. A girl's heart is more delicate than Aquila's ever-changing moods.
Dang, that's a shot at Aquila right now. He'd probably be mad at you and fight you right now.
A surprise, huh? Someone else used to tell me the same. She was really good at stargazing and divination, especially with cards. Yeah, just like the ones you're looking at.
And you must be pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques with a friend like that.
No, I know nothing about it. I've never really believed in using cards or bones to predict the future.
Good, don't do it. That's just absolute freaking despicable behavior. I'm not gonna lie. Tarot cards pretty much too? Heck no.
If the good omens foretold by divination were true, my hometown, Heidi's Elysia, wouldn't have disappeared.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one right there. If my home disappears after reading a fortune card saying that I would, live in good health or something like that, or good fortune, then nah, I ain't believing that ever again in my life.
Don't forget, we've got Lady Trina. Every other form of divination is just smoke and mirrors or cleverly rehearsed tricks compared to her flawless prophecies.
I wouldn't say flawless. Let's not be over here blindly believing it. I still say we go through with it, but we still kind of be a little sus of it. A little faith in these things isn't bad sometimes. It should be approached with a critical eye. Yes, it should.
To me, divination could be a power that guides our spirits. Fate always casts a shadow in front of us, clouding our view of the future. That's why people turn to divination. It's just to find a small reason to give them courage to face the unknown.
Listen, I gotta do that every day. We gotta do that every day in life. Ain't no reason why you gotta do divination to face your fears. You've really thought about this, haven't you? What if divination predicts something bad?
Divination is only meaningful when there are both good and bad outcomes. Even bad omens serve as guidance. They can help keep us alert, right?
That's true.
Strange. That person I knew used to say similar things. Looking back, whenever she interpreted a card for me, I couldn't help but feel uneasy.
Oh.
Even though I never believed in the outcomes. Maybe it was her tone. Cyrene. She could paint a complete fantasy so vividly, it utterly captivated me as a child.
Okay.
Right, I still carry a card she once used. Do you want to see it?
Let me see.
Ooh. Wow. It's so exquisite. I'd love to have a card like that.
Now that actually looks fire. I wonder if they'll sell these at some point. Hoyovers, when you selling these, huh? I'll take one of these Finon cards. Those mitts up to the task. Then gotta craft a mem specific deck. Okay.
Oh, now that you mention it, yes. It would be even better if it were made of, say, crystal.
Okay, now we're getting too expensive. That could be like, what, $200? Heck no.
Speaking of which, partner, there's something I haven't shared with you all. Remember our first trip to the Temple of the Three Fates? The riddle that Orynyx posed to us?
Okay. Hello? Somebody there?
Who's there?
Oh, Finon is sitting on business right now. Hold up. I'm not gonna lie. Finon gotta be my favorite character at this point. It keeps switching up. But Finon with that speech, his voice acting, his character right now is just winning me over. Listen, I love all of them though. They're doing a great job with all of them. But listen, Finon is just doing something different right now. But who's here right now? Oh, wait a minute.
You are...
Assassins? Save me! Nice cosplay. Eyes peeled, everyone. Nah, nice cosplay.
These folks are up to no good.
Are these the same people that were going after Dawn Hung? Is Lygus sending them after us, though?
Black clothing. Masks decorated with golden blood. Are they cleaners?
Cleaners? Look at the one in the middle. She's ready, bro. She got the pose and everything, and the knife already out. Meanwhile, her two dudes on the sides are just perfectly relaxed.
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Finon, have studied the forgotten history of Amphoreus quite thoroughly.
Forgotten history. Who are they? What's being cleaned? Clothes or cars?
Your friend seems quite interested in us. Perhaps you could explain, Lord Finon. It would be the polite thing.
Thank you. They said, why don't you go ahead, here, let's go ahead and sit down real quick. I'm gonna give you a lecture on who we are, what we do, our beliefs, our philosophies real quick. before we get into this, you know, life or death fight with each other, okay? Just to be respectful.
We can't let our esteemed guests pass away without understanding.
Literally what I just said.
During the Chrysos War, to combat the Chrysos heirs, several cities formed an underground assassin squad called the Cleaners.
Well, if they're an underground assassin squad, shouldn't they be trying to assassinate us? Why are they directly confronting us? That sounds stupid.
Their task was to erase anyone with golden blood from existence. Assassination, poisoning, political persecution. They would do anything to achieve their objective.
Which makes sense, but why are they confronting us directly? I feel like they should be hiding in the shadows and trying to, like, drop on top of us with, like, a dagger and just stab us in the back, shouldn't they? And I feel like they wouldn't be this terrible at sneaking up on us, too.
This historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse of divine powers and their blatant initiation of war in order to defame our predecessors.
Who are we talking about here? Because the current Chrysos heirs don't seem to have been doing that.
Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lord Finan? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akama to be tainted by such slanted narratives.
Is he meaning Aglaya?
You should have stayed buried in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as for you, not one citizen would cast their vote for you. Executioners lurking in the shadows.
What does it matter? We've long since stopped expecting to be understood.
That sounds terrible. Y'all said, okay, none of y'all understand us, none of y'all believe in us, none of y'all want to take our side, fine. We don't need your understanding, we're just gonna do it. Clearly there's something wrong with what you're trying to do then.
People have become too accustomed to peace, and they've forgotten the disasters that arose from allowing generations of the Chrysos heirs to rule.
Complete nonsense.
Tell
Did
him,
you really
Finan.
travel all the way to the Grove just to have an argument?
That's what I'm saying. Why did y'all show up here?
I enjoy dealing with people as straightforward as you, Lord Finan.
Oh, so you get a kick out of this, huh?
You've probably figured out why we've come before you.
To kill us? Just a handful of you here. Who do you think you're fighting? If it's a fight you want, let's get on with it. Enough chit-chat. Not, who do you think you're fighting?
Keep your cool, partner. They've come out of the shadows, which suggests they have something up their sleeves.
I guess so, but why didn't they just use whatever they have up their sleeves from the shadows?
Alright, let's hear it. What are you hiding? But watch your language and don't say anything you might regret.
Okay.
My shoulders might be sore and my sword a tad dull, but it's still enough to slice off your tongues.
Okay, I like the confidence, but why we giving away all our secrets in our current condition? Oh, we're switching over now. Okay. Hyacinth with Treeby.
How's it going, Cinny? This place fits, doesn't it?
The Cinny. I love the nicknames that they got for each other.
It's a bit small, but the lighting is perfect.
Yeah, where are we right now, actually?
Thank you, Lady Treeby. With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akama. Do you like it here too, little Ika?
Look at little Ika. Hold up. Little Ika kind of killing it right now, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, you about to steal the show. I like the crown too. Little hairdo. That's actually adorable. Okay.
It's so bright here. Maybe you should rename it? How about Luminous Courtyard?
Okay, creative.
Lady Treeby makes a good point. But Twilight Courtyard carries the long history of the descendants of the sky, and I'd like it to continue.
Sounds good to me.
Right.
Also sounds kind of cooler still.
How does the legend go again?
Even Lady Treeby forgets things.
Dang.
We just haven't prepared lessons in a while now, so we're a bit rusty.
Nah.
Just
let
give
it happen.
some time and we'll remember.
Don't worry, you don't gotta remember everything.
vaguely remember. Kremnos and the Firmament, Volume 3, Section 5.
Kremnos and the Firmament.
With Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, striking down the Eye of Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila, which spanned centuries, came to an end.
Is Seliose... I don't know if I'm just, taking those literatures too seriously, but is Seliose supposed to be the God King Knight, whatever, that was in the One Punch God series that we just read? I may be reading too much into that.
Thereafter, the Skyfolk gradually declined. Numerous sky fortresses were abandoned,
That
and
sucks.
their descendants began to establish themselves on the land.
That really sucks. I want to keep the sky areas going. That'd be cool.
Finally, those descended from Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove.
Okay.
The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories.
Oh.
But the details from that time have become somewhat hazy to us.
Nah, you should look into that.
Oh, I forgot. For Lady Treby, history is more than just words on a page. It's something you've personally lived through.
Crazy to think about, too. I agree, little Ika.
Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also imagining one day you'll be as awe-inspiring as the winged beasts by Seliosi's side.
And one day you'll be able to speak complete sentences, just like Mim.
That day will come. I believe it. Just keep growing.
Just keep growing. They seem like they're already at full size right now. How big are they gonna get?
Lord Crediros?
Crediros. It's been a minute, man.
Miss Hyacinth and Lady Treby, good to see you're doing all right. I heard from the citizens you were nearby and came to check.
Doing all right. What's going on, Crediros?
There's been another violent incident at the market.
Oh?
The shop was smashed and looted. It's the third time this week.
The heck's going on? People just getting violent for no reason?
How can this be? I always thought that with Lady Aglaya here, Akama would remain peaceful.
That was true in the past. But these days, forgive my bluntness, her senses may not be as sharp as they once were.
Is it because she's getting older or something like that? But she doesn't die, does she? Or is it because she's losing her humanity? What's going on?
Aggie.
In
She's
my
slipping
opinion,
up.
malevolent forces have noticed the slack in the golden threads and are now plotting to exploit the opportunity.
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up. Why is there still unrest?
Maybe that's exactly why there's unrest. Maybe there's a lot of people who still are either one, siding with Caenis and them, or two, Caenis and them are just, doing or setting all this up.
The Chrysos heirs won by only one vote, Lady Treby.
Yeah, exactly.
From my years of experience, a narrow victory often walks hand in hand with unrest.
Trouble. Miss Hyacinth. Trouble.
Uh-oh.
Clementine. Take a breath. What's going on?
Clementine? From Overlord? She got wrapped up. Hold up.
Please, something terrible has happened at Marmorial Palace.
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Yeah.
Lady Aglaya.
Come on. Come on.
It's Lady Aglaya who's in trouble.
Why is she in trouble? We're just speaking in riddles here? Come on. Moments ago in Marmorial Palace. What is happening? Is she being attacked or what?
I still remember. This bath that overlooks the entire palace was built by the Council of Elders 900 years ago.
That is a long time ago.
Its purpose was to commemorate the first Flame Chase journey and to remember the heroes who made great sacrifices for Amphoreus a millennium ago.
Sounds amazing.
Rules were set then. No one was allowed to enter, apart from guests invited by the Gold Weaver.
These assassins are coming out the woodworks like they some freaking dead cockroaches that you mistook for being dead, bro. Where are they all coming from now?
But, I guess, You're no longer pretending to follow the rules, are you, Lady Caenis?
I knew it was her. She's literally sending all these assassins out everywhere. But once again, you're assassins. Why are you coming out the woodworks and confronting us directly? That just doesn't seem smart. What's going on, Caenis?
Aglaia.
Is her right eye changing colors?
You ageless witch.
Dang.
Hiding behind a divine facade to deceive mortals. We've been far too kind with you.
Ma'am, we won the vote by 1 vote. Give it up.
Kind? There's no need to use such a word to cover up your incompetence.
Who? Tell her.
Anaxagoras humiliated all of you before the citizens.
He did indeed.
If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from Dawn Cloud at the curtainfall hour to salvage the last fragments of your dignity.
Oh my gosh, did she just tell her? Aglaia! Chill!
Demigod, why not gaze into the water's reflection and see the wretched face you wear now? These days you're not only blind, but also deaf. The cleaners were born for this moment.
Oh my gosh.
When all orders, rules, and laws fail to restrain you, it's time for the dagger to pass judgment.
But it's not even just her anymore. What do you mean?
If you're in such a hurry, give it a try.
Oh, okay. I love the confidence.
Going toe-to-toe with a demigod?
That's what I'm saying.
We're not that foolish.
So why did you pull up with them?
The dagger isn't at your throat, but...
At all the citizens? Yep. That's bad. Okay. You know what? She has a plan. Got it. You know what? I stand corrected. Bring them out the woodworks then. Do it all you want. But you know what? Just tell everybody all your plans then. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do about that.
Your gravest accusation is that my humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows is nothing but a facade.
But look at what you're doing right now.
If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
Oh my gosh. I mean, she's got a point.
Fine. I'll gladly use a few more words to shatter that demigod facade of yours. Like I said, you're not only blind, but deaf too.
Dang.
Lately, your control over Akima has weakened.
It has.
You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Dromus workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your nose, yet you remain indifferent.
Dang, I mean, she got a point. I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of a faulty way to keep things in check. By only doing it single-handedly. She just uses her golden threads to keep everybody and everything in check by herself. I feel like that's a big downfall for her. Right now, at least. We'll see, though.
Fading? Aglaia, why not use your precious golden thread to peer into my thoughts? See if the gift we've so meticulously prepared for you can move that cold demigod heart of yours.
I'm not gonna lie, Caenis might be cooking you here, I'm not sure.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless.
Oh!
Because your evil is beyond cure.
Oh, okay, so she said I should have done tossed you off the cliff long ago.
You finally figured it out. You have grown dull. I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
I want you to have this knucklebone talisman, Big Sis.
Oh.
I hope it brings you luck every day and keeps you safe from bullies.
Being watched even here.
That girl who can't speak or hear What if she accidentally lost her eyes too?
Ain't no way you this cruel.
You know better than anyone what it feels like to lose your sight. Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaia you are today?
Oh my gosh. I mean, she's asking the real questions, but I'm not gonna lie. Caenis gotta go. Caenis gotta go. Nah, the threats that she's making right now are a little too real.
Look at those broken, pleading eyes. How disappointing. We overestimated your cunning. If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared.
Oh my gosh.
Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
I thought I could buy some more time.
Yeah, she's losing it, bro. I don't know what you're gonna do here.
In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others. Now, it's time to let go. I should be grateful. Grateful that I've reached this moment.
Wait a minute.
To let my departure become a path for others to follow.
No, there's no way she's gonna just be taken care of right here, right? There's no shot, right?
Have I done enough? If I embrace that prophecy now and sink into the warmth of these waters,
hold up. Bro, hold up.
will the wandering wind stop to mourn me? Cyphra?
There's no shot we're losing Aglaia here, right? Hello? A millennium ago at Memorial Market?
Seamstress!
Whoa.
I've come as promised. Look at this box full of gold and silver treasures. I bet there's stuff here you've never seen.
Look at adorable little Cypher. Oh, that's amazing.
Come on. As we agreed, I want to buy the most valuable clothes you have.
Little thief! You've got some nerve, barging into my shop dressed in those tattered rags.
Dang!
What have you brought? Let me see.
Here, take a look. Only the finest goods. See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eyes.
Okay.
Such exquisite luster. I've only seen an ocean's tier of this quality in my mother's treasury.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wait.
Cypher, a genius thief even back here.
And here I thought I'd leave you speechless. What a letdown.
Okay.
It's just an old memory. My family estate all burned to ashes long ago. This workshop is what I built from scratch.
Wow, a daughter rebuilding her family business. How admirable. Enough with the jokes. At least you did get to enjoy those luxuries.
Mind your manners, Kitty.
Kitty is wild.
Tell me, Cyphra, where did you come from? And how did you acquire these treasures?
I won them fair and square in a bet. What? Do you doubt me?
Do we doubt you? From what I've come to know about you, yes, we doubt you. Was it even a question? That gotta be rhetorical, right?
Speak up, seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you want these or not?
Strange. You're clearly lying to my face. But my golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
Interesting.
That's because I'm not lying. I've been telling the truth from the start.
That would be an absolute surprise to me.
Is that so? The scars and the mud stains on your face tell another story.
Come on. Can't we just do business without all this chatter?
Oh, look at that.
Don't
She uncovers
worry.
herself.
I didn't leave any evidence, so no one will bother you.
Okay. Better little image of her now.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
Dealing with you rich people is such a pain. Always wasting my time.
Wasting your time?
Fine. If you don't want it, there are plenty of others who do.
There definitely are.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the Gold Weaver's finest clothes. That said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
Don't tell me it's gonna be like the clothes she got on now. No, she's too little for that.
Oh. What do you have in mind?
Look. Come a bit closer.
Oh, hold up. No, those are kind of some fire boots. Wait a minute. Or heels.
Oh. It's shimmering gold. Absolutely stunning.
It is. I mean, those gotta be like heavy as heck though. There ain't no, like, those gonna be the most uncomfortable heels you would ever wear in your life.
These golden boots are the Gold Weaver's greatest treasures. Though not as valuable as the most precious gowns, they hold a magical power.
And what is that?
Legend has it that Zagreus blessed these boots, allowing anyone who wears them to move swiftly and silently.
In heels? We talking about heels? Swiftly and silently in heels. I gotta see this. Hold up.
Put them on, Cypher. Then don't get caught again. A face as lovely as yours deserves better protection.
You rich folks just love sticking your noses in everything, don't you?
Well, I'm taking these now, so don't get any second thoughts.
She said, I want them.
What's wrong?
Do you have a smaller size? These are way too big for me.
Don't worry, you'll grow into them.
Well, I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
Bartholos?
Do you have to interrupt me in the middle of my story? Fake? What's fake?
Was she reminiscing?
Those boots definitely don't hold Zagreus' divine power.
Yep, she got them on today. Look at that. That's cute. So they knew each other a millennium ago. That is insane. I mean, a lot of these Crisis heirs knew each other a millennium ago, though. Or a decent bit of them.
You're Amphoreus' most cunning liar. And even you were fooled by a Goliath.
Ain't no way this Teletubby balloon is talking smack to Cypher, bro. If you don't pack your freaking crystallized balloon head up and get out of here, I have messed with you too many times trying to steal my treasure and failing.
Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the River of Souls.
No, don't even tell him to watch his mouth. Just do it.
Weren't you curious how I got tangled up with that seamstress? Well, now you know. Satisfied?
Is Bartholos more important than I thought? Like, they're actually a relevant character in the story? Instead of just stealing my treasure?
Such a simple story. How disappointing.
Buddy, shut up.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaia wasn't trying to trick you?
You're defending her.
No. I just think the story's so moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
Yeah, buddy. Sure.
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago. Enough chit-chat. Let's take a look at this place. The city of Styxia. Look how beautiful she is.
Weren't you just here like 3 times?
Let me take a good sniff of this air.
It gotta smell like freaking dead rats, rodents, straight booty cheeks, bro. ruined and spoiled salami and spaghetti. Yeah, this place gotta smell bad, bro. She purring at me? Did you just purr at me? What?
It's filled with the scent of treasure everywhere.
No, it's not.
Wonderful. Just wonderful.
I don't know about that one.
Thanks to Casterus and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier was finally dispelled. Now that I think about it, helping them was well worth it. Time for treasure hunting, Barto! Lead the way, and whatever we find, we'll split 80-20.
Dang, she going lower and lower. For different people.
How about 70-30 instead?
Listen closely. Do you hear that? The gnawfish in the River of Souls are growling with hunger.
Take the 80-20, buddy. Take the 80-20. You're not getting any better.
80-20 it is. How generous you are, Boss Lady Cypher.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, what's with all this water? It's damp, cold, and miserable here. I hate it.
Ooh, the mighty demigod of trickery. Uneasy around water.
I mean, she is a cat.
You wouldn't understand. The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just, not in swimming.
Not in swimming, you say? Seems like we have something in common.
Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps? Take your pick.
What's got you so worked up? Relax, relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cypher was afraid of water?
Cats hate getting wet.
Yeah, I was like, I would have.
What do you understand about that? Now, hurry up and figure out a way across, or I might have to reconsider our split.
Dang, we're gonna go what, 90-10? 100-0?
Don't rush me. Let me take a look around. Got it. Let's use that thing. Come on, follow me, boss lady.
Yeah, the thing that was obviously in our view the whole time.
Not a good imitation. I'll play along. Let's see where this goes, Bartolos.
Oh, this isn't the real Bartolos?
Tell me.
Oh.
How did you hunt for treasure when I wasn't around, boss lady?
Trying to trick me into saying something. Not a chance.
Story characters can be added to the team like that.
You're as sharp as ever.
Yeah, she is. Alright, y'all, I gotta end this one off right here. I was trying to make this video shorter than what it is right now, but they had me keep going with the story for a good minute, so here we are. But yeah, this was oh, this is a little, I can't even exit out of here right now. I'll figure it out. Crazy part of this, having a lot of fun. Finon and us are, you know, exploring and adventuring and learning some more stuff in the Grove of Epiphany alongside Mem. Aglaya is having a bit of issue right now dealing with Caenis. In fact, it's looking like Aglaya might lose right now to Caenis. I'm not too sure. And now we on with Cypher and her part of the story with Bartolos, who seems to be a fake, I guess. So we'll see what's gonna happen next. But regardless, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, body that like button. Subscribe today as well if you haven't already joined the crew. And with that, I will catch y'all in the next video. Take care.